I'm going to knock everything over. Hey guys, my name's Nicola Dickens. This is Free My Cure. Welcome to my channel. Welcome back to my channel, whichever the case may be. I'm sorry, this is going to be kind of a short, very solemn video. There have been a lot of things that have been going on the internet lately that has made a lot of content creators question whether or not they want to stay in this arena or not. So I kind of wanted to touch on that a little bit and tell you guys how you can help some of your content creators stay on the platform. Basically, at this particular point in time, YouTube got in trouble last year for selling the information of minors. Minors by this law is defined by anybody under the age of 13. In doing this, YouTube had to pay a $180 million fine. That is a serious, serious fine. But the creators had no idea that they were collecting the information. I know I can tell you for 100% fact that I have a website and I don't collect information. So it can go either way. YouTube knew that they were collecting information on this, and now this channel will probably be deleted, basically. It is kind of weird. I am looking at this platform a little bit harder. First off, I would like to jump into new legislation that has happened in the last 24 hours. We did finally get our vote in the House, Congress, and it passed 24-10 to federally. Sorry, I'm happy. This is really happy and sad all at the same time. So yeah, it is amazing that the federal is lifting their ban on cannabis, which is awesome. And for channels like mine, it gives us a little bit of hope. Because if we are no longer considered federally breaking the law, our content can go back to being educational. And that's really what we want, as long as it doesn't appeal to children. And that's kind of the hardest thing for any content creator to do. And it's even the same in big production studios. Is actually sitting down on a little level and going, oh, okay, I like bright colors, so I'm going to put bright colors in my stuff, but it also is eye-catchy to other people. It's not that we are trying to seek out children to watch any of our videos. It's that we know when we're watching other people's videos that the backgrounds and all of that stuff does make a difference. It is something that we like to see as artists. And I'm going to use that word very, very frequently in this particular video. And the reason why I say that is because there are many, many different forms of art. This is our art. I understand. I completely understand the position that YouTube is taking. Their servers, it is their servers. They're paying for those. They're maintaining those. They're doing all of this stuff. I mean, I get it. They have up to 500,000 files or videos uploaded to the YouTube platform. Scary enough, every single minute. It is crazy at how big and what a machine YouTube really is. It pushes out more content than any other platform I have ever known. But understand that YouTube is the first step in this. It is not, going to YouTube and then that's going to be the end of it. And that's not what's going to happen. If we allow ourselves to be censored or shut down, or we lose that freedom of speech or freedom of expression, as long as we are not hurting somebody else, that is something that the COPPA laws do need to start to reflect. I've watched several videos on COPPA laws lately. A couple of the ones that I am extremely worried about and very, very concerned about are the toy collectors, the gamers. It's all of those, because those are ones that really are dragging. I mean, kids do get into that. They do play Minecraft. They do play these other things. So they do get into that on YouTube. So I understand that when those are being uploaded, we want to keep that family-friendly content. I get that. That is acceptable terms. I understand that. Nobody wants their child exposed to these horrible things that have happened in the past. So I understand where these laws and these rules are coming from. but the blatant disregard for definitions or I don't know, a guideline of what they're looking for, something. They don't even know what they're looking for, which is weird. And then we have to run the risk of them using bots to then check all of our videos, which really freaking sucks. Let me tell you, because a bot doesn't actually know what it's reading. It's going off of keywords, key phrases, and things like that, or music in the background. That's what those bots are going after. They are programmed by humans. So there is some error there. There could also be error when an actual human is looking at somebody else's content. Let's put this in perspective. If the FCC decided they wanted to have somebody sit down and look at all of the videos that are being uploaded to YouTube on a daily basis, it would take them thousands of employees, sadly, and about 80 years. So it is a serious thing. It's not that it is not a serious thing. It is more that, I don't know how to say it. You're going to have people policing people at this point in time. You're going to have people going nuts and trying to tattletale on other content creators so that their content could hopefully be safe. I can see this as a huge downfall to the platform. Bots cannot appropriately go through this type of content. There's so much content there. And it doesn't... I'm going to say this as nicely as I freaking can, and I am using all of the correct language in this video for that particular reason. But here's a YouTube Kids app. There absolutely is a YouTube Kids app. Why the hell are these parents allowing their children on YouTube, on their phone or pad or whatever it is, instead of putting them on YouTube Kids? Why are we, as the creator, not allowed to rate our own stuff? So basically what I mean by that is, I'll go through all of my videos, and if at some point in time I look at a video, I'm like, it's iffy. But it's still cannabis content, so no, I should not have any kid content on my channel. But the government can come in later and say, no, kids were actually interested in that. See those pink lights behind you? That drew them in. These are the things that we're fighting against now. These are the things that are going to be an issue. And then with YouTube's terms of service, and let me tell you, I have heard it all at this point in time from everybody. Guys, remember, YouTube always had the right to terminate our accounts. They always had that right. It's their platform. They have graciously allowed us to do this. And some for free, some not for free. I know I have a paid membership. So it is, you get out of what you put into your platform. But in this particular case, I am truly scared. With the federal regulations coming down yesterday in a mind-boggling vote at 24-10, legalizes cannabis on the federal level. It takes it off of the Class 1 scheduled drug and opens up probation for, or parole, or nothing, or just release of any inmate that had a marijuana offense. It has to be only a marijuana offense, but it is a step in the right direction. It really is. But don't think that we are done fighting yet. There is still so much more to do. We need to nail these laws down a little bit better. We need to sit down with the FCC and say, okay guys, there's got to be a better way of doing this, because YouTube did go out of it. YouTube made a platform for kids. Like it or not, they did. If these kids are on the other platform instead of on the platform that is meant for them, in my personal opinion, that is on the parents. That is not on the content creators. That is not on the platform. That is on the parents. Because really good example of that is I read a story about an 8-year-old that learned how to hack a computer. This is a lot more common than not. So some of these kids are going to get this content whether we want them to have it or not. So you're coming down and you're punishing content creators. Excuse me. And you're coming down, punishing content creators, and saying all of these new regulations are coming into effect, like you can no longer get advertisements on children's programming. I kind of get that. I kind of don't get that. Nah. Okay. The second is that you cannot monetize your YouTube channel or those videos that have minors in them, or you're addressing minors. Those can no longer be monetized. To top that off, they can no longer be searchable. So you're going to lose your end screens, you're going to lose any of that YouTube search. It's just going to go into this open abyss of the cloud. And this is very literally of what it's going to go to. And then we're going to get up with then the law is going to have to change again. Because now these parents, because this is what's going on, these parents aren't taking responsibility for watching their kids and what their kids are doing. Even when I'm 45, I'm 45 years old, almost 46. I had a cell phone, or I never had a cell phone when I was a kid, and it didn't kill me. With my kids, you do your chores, you keep your phone. You do what you're supposed to in school, you keep your phone. You go on an app that I don't approve, and I find out about it, and believe me, I will, phone's gone. There's a lot of ways that parents could be assisting in this whole thing, and instead, our advocate groups out there are like, nope, we don't want it on the platform. Nope, we don't want it on the platform. Well, guess what, guys? It's not your platform. So a little bit about my story and why this really, really upsets me and makes me mad, is because I was diagnosed with cancer 4 different times. By the time I had the cancer the fourth time, I was done. I couldn't do it anymore. I was ready to freaking die. I even tried it. So, it sucked. It sucked fucking rocks. Let me tell you, it really fucking sucked. But one day I decided, something, I'm bored to tears, I'm just going to make a smoking video. I watched all of these other people make a smoking video, and I never really did it. And I thought, I'm going to try it one day. Well, I ended up doing it, I had a lot of fun, talked to several people, and I ended up coming back to where I did it. Every day it was something a little bit better, and a little bit better. And by that I mean is the first day that I did it, I kind of threw my hair up in a ponytail. I kind of threw a very little makeup on just so it didn't look like I had crawled out of bed, because it's exactly what I did, was crawl out of bed. And I came in here and I sat down and I made my first straw video, which this would be the straw. Well, one of the straws. I've broken a few of them. And I enjoyed it. So the next morning I thought, okay, and I sat down with my husband and we talked about it. He's like, okay, upload a video every week. Okay, we can do that. So that's how I started. In every video, I gradually got better. And by that, I mean, I was putting my makeup on. I was washing, or I was curling my hair. I was taking walks. I was taking the dogs for walks. I was doing all of this because of the inspiration I was getting off of talking to people on YouTube, that support system, that community. Because that's what this is. It is a community. And I am so, so sorry to say this out loud, and I have said it again. But in any community, you're going to have people that just don't like what's going on. So it's frustrating, it's irritating. YouTube has been around for quite a while. I've done several different videos for YouTube on other people's channels before I ever started my own. But yeah, it's not right. Since when do the people that make content for kids, since when do they not have a right to get paid for that content? I'm not one of those people. So don't look at me like, oh, you want to get paid for smoking pot. No, I am not one of those people. I do not have a family channel. I do not have a kid channel. I understand what they are, and I've watched a few, and I do enjoy them. However, what's going to happen is all of these family channels are going to run for the hills, purely because they can't make a living at it. So now what are we going to do? Now what? So we're going to refine those again? So the COPPA law, honest to God, what they need to do is they need to stop everything they're doing right now and rewrite that freaking law. It is so outdated. It is so vague. If it appeals to kids, okay? Just about anything can appeal to a kid. Just because kids like something doesn't mean adults don't. Or just because adults like something, it doesn't mean kids don't. So going this route and taking the family out of the family instead of teaching our children yes and no, we just give it over and let them do it. And I'll tell you what, as a parent, as a young parent, when I was a young parent, I did a lot of the same things at times. I would let my kids play with my phone. I let them watch movies. I did all of these things. And yes, my sons both ended up on porn sites at one point in time, and that's when I figured out parental buttons. And I just knew that whenever I decided I wanted to browse YouTube, I would take the parental thing off. I could then browse YouTube. If my kids were playing quickly, then it's that simple. Very, very, very simply that simple. I have watched this trend get worse and worse throughout time. It started out in our schools where governments were coming in and telling the parents and the teachers how to teach. After that, it started with other things. Now CPS is getting involved, which, by the way, CPS has a massive lawsuit here in Arizona because of not doing their job at all. So at what point are we going to stand up as a civilization and say, you know something, I guess I am responsible for what my kid does, especially if they're under the age of 13, and that's the actual restriction there, is what they consider adults online is that 13-year-old number. I'll tell you what, I've talked to several 13-year-olds in my day, and they know a whole lot more than I do on a whole lot of other subjects that should not even be in their mind. But they talk about it in school all day. This is something that you're going to ban it off of YouTube. At what point in time have we not figured out that prohibition doesn't work? So, in conclusion, guys, watch your kids around YouTube. YouTube, really? I don't know. It's funny. It's a lot of the complaints that ended up coming in on some of these that I was able to actually see were advocates, people who didn't even have kids. Which, let's talk about that for a second. I think that's fucking hilarious. Somebody who doesn't have it is going to advocate for it. Alright, you can assist. Are you a doctor? You know how to, there are levels. But, no, I don't know anything about it. I just want to assist. Okay? So, at what point in time do we take these people and go, okay, either we keep an eye and make sure the parent is doing what they're supposed to and not beating or hurting their child, and we kind of watch that, and you're not going to stop it all. I hate to say that. I really, really, really hate to say that, but there are some bad people in this world, and they suck. So, what are we doing here? Honestly, sorry this is a rant video, because this is so stupid. This does fall under freedom of speech in some cases, and then to be threatened with your entire Gmail accounts being deleted. And I was really freaking scared about this yesterday. And the reason why was because yesterday I was freaking out waiting for the vote to come in on the federal legalization proposal for cannabis. And yes, it is, and it passed 24-10, which gives a lot of us weed advocates that use these platforms a stronger footing to keep our platforms, keep our videos on that platform. However, as I said yesterday, I will be relocating all of my older videos to the weed tube. I have already started doing that just for fear that I'm going to lose content. It is a lot of content, so, and I really don't want to lose it. But other than that, let's get into let's smoke, and then we'll get into the COPPA law. So, how is everybody? You guys having a good day? What's going on? It is rainy here. It is a beautiful, beautiful rainy here. So guys, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if I can speak. To join my channel here on YouTube. Hopefully it will remain here on YouTube. But yeah, there's a whole lot of mess. I know you guys have seen a lot on this COPPA stuff. One thing I do ask each and every one of you, if you are one of my viewers, please, I will put the petition to the COPPA changes in the description below when I'm done with the video. Please click on that, go over there, give COPPA your thoughts on it. Talk to them. Keep it respectful, keep it professional, but let them know what your thoughts are. They are actually, I don't know if they're actually or not, but they are listening to us. They are reading the comments at this point in time. So maybe we could do some good with this. I wish we could put blinders on kids and they would never have to see or hurt ever again. Because I know how that feels. But taking away other information or treating other people like this is wrong, and the reason why I say it's wrong is because I have 600 videos. 600. That is a lot of videos. And the fine, if you're caught mislabeling your videos, or if they feel your video is attracting a minor, they will fine you, take your video down, and you're done. So I encourage all of you guys to hit that up in the link below. It's not there now. It will be here very shortly. Once this video is completely uploaded, it will be there. It's when I'm off of the live. So grab my... So, rainy days, high pressure days like this make it harder for me to move around. I get really, really stiff. So cannabis does help me get through that. It also helps me get through some of the anxiety that I go through. So it is an amazing thing. So as always, fuck cancer, fuck depression, fuck anxiety. In with the good and out with the bad. Good morning, Christy. How are you, sweetie? Oh, that was so good. So I had to learn my lesson. And since I have my hot apple cider here, when your throat starts to burn, the hot apple cider doesn't help as much as cold water. So I always carry around cold water, and then whatever I'm drinking is warm. I'm a weirdo. Well, that was... Okay, let's discuss the COPPA law. I've had a couple questions. One of the questions being, is the COPPA law going to affect regular audience? At this particular time, the only time that I have heard that it's going to affect any of the... Go away! trying to get to this. I have to get to the article on legalization. Maybe right at the top. Okay, so key committee in Congress approves marijuana legislation bill. In a surprising turn of events, well, that's better. A key congressional committee, the House Judiciary Committee, had voted to approve the medical marijuana opportunity reinvestment and engagement, or the MORE Act of 2019, or H.R. 3884, which would effectively put an end to cannabis prohibition in the United States of America. On all of it, I can't see what happens. You start smoking, you can't read. It just sucks. So, on a federal level, by removing it from the Controlled Substances Act. The bill also subsidiates the potential expungement of certain federal cannabis convictions, with expenses being covered by a small excise tax imposed on the legal cannabis industry, as well as the creation of a cannabis justice office focused on reinventing resources. Focused on what? Yeah, it actually says that. Focused on reinventing resources into computers. I can't speak. I suck at this. Into. Okay. Let me do it. A bill announced by House of Judiciary. Sorry, I lost my space. MORE Act on Wednesday. The United States of America is coming one step closer to ending the devastating harms of marijuana prohibition, which have fallen so heavily on black and brown people. It actually says that. In her view, this piece of legislation alone won't make up for the full scale of harm that prohibition has caused to victims. It's not going to return anyone their lost dreams, lost time, at the mercy of the criminal justice system, or the years spent away from their families. However, it's a good step. This bill is the closest we've come yet to not only ending those harms at the federal level, but also beginning to repair them. McFarland Sanchez Moreno added, explaining it's now up to the U.S. Congress to do the right thing and swiftly pass the bill to ensure justice is not delayed a moment longer. I love that. The bill currently counts on the support of more than 50 co-sponsors, which I'll watch the live markup below. The National Organization for Reform of Marijuana Laws, or NORML, also celebrated the move. When NORML was founded in 1970, only 12% of the public supported legalization. Now we have a public mandate with with majorities of Republicans, Democrats, and independent voters all supporting outright legislation of marijuana. They said in an email when we raise our voices as one, there is nothing we can't do. I agree. But there's still a lot more to do, they added. Among the top priorities are ensuring enough congressional support for the bill to pass in the full House vote. To build support in the Senate and to schedule a vote in the chamber. Nedler said he's optimistic about those prospects, but during the markup, some Republican members of the committee said they were worried the bill is too far-fetched and would need substantial changes in order to stand a chance at the GOP. Oh, that kind of sucks. Well, we will keep an eye on that and see where it goes. So, what do you guys think? What are your thoughts? I'm getting back to my comments right this second. So, hey Jen, how you doing, darling? Oh, good. Oh, I love the rain. It is so beautiful, let me tell you. It is so good to see you guys. Willy Wonka 420, how are you? So that is it for now. I do have another video I'll be doing next. I have a weed review, and I put everything down behind me and can't even remember what I'm reviewing today. So, yeah, that's it for now. I hope you guys have a beautiful day. Mad love as always. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up and that subscribe button to see what happens next. See what happens next. Come on. Somebody had his CBD gummy today, so he's being a little shy. Thank you guys.